open until the end of the day, but we also do have speed quizzes throughout the day, so be sure to keep an eye out for them as they are limited to only the duration of the panel session and will close when the panel session ends.
My apologies. Ladies and gentlemen, as we age, the need for our built environment to be inclusive and sustainable is more critical than ever before. In this next session titled Building Tomorrow, Infrastructure for Sustainable Aging Cities, we will explore how cities can adapt to support aging communities through smart urban planning, sustainable housing, and accessible public spaces. In our view, there is no better individual to discuss this issue than our invited speaker, the Datuk Bandar or Mayor of Kuala Lumpur, Yang Berbahagia Datuk Seri Town Planner, Dr. Maimunah Muhammad Sharif. She made history as the first woman appointed Mayor of Kuala Lumpur and previously Mayor of Penang Island. Previously, Yang Berbahagia Datuk Seri was the Under-Secretary General and Executive Director of United Nations Human Settlement Program from 2018 to 2024, where she led sustainability efforts at the General Assembly and COP, as well as strengthen UN Habitat's role in humanitarian action in conflict zones. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Yang Berbahagia Datuk Seri Town Planner, Dr. Maimunah Muhammad Sharif.
Thank you so much, Mr. Moderator. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A very good afternoon, salam sejahtera dan salam Malaysia Madani. I'm very happy to be here at the International Social Wellbeing Conference, particularly as the theme before us actually is my personal ambition of mine. I want to live up to 100. Living to 100. Living to 100, I think you heard it since yesterday, is no longer an abstraction, but a certainty for many of us. The real question is that not whether we will live longer, but whether we will live well with dignity, independence, and purpose. So as you all can see, last time our retirement age is 50, but now 50 is a new 30. You've seen it. If our parents only saw 55 as the beginning of old age, 55 is the retirement age, but many of us today are only just getting started. In Asia, this demographic shift is accelerating. You've seen all the graph just now. It is reshaping how we work, love, build, and govern. How we age as a society will determine how we grow as a nation. Malaysia is on track to become an aged nation by 2030 with over 15% of our population aged 60 and above. I think I don't have to do that because just now the previous speaker have shown all the data. In 2024 alone, our senior population reached 3.9 million, 100,000 more than the year before. This is not just a number. I think it is a wake-up call, a signal that our planning, our priorities, and our policy must change. Kuala Lumpur is already feeling this shift more quickly than the national average. Our response must be bold, inclusive, and grounded in values. Our effort in Kuala Lumpur echo the national call under the Economy Madani framework to care for all, especially those who may no longer be able to care for themselves. To sustainable aging is not just a city goal, it is a shared amanah that reflects our collective values. Colleagues, friends, ladies and gentlemen, aging in place is a right. I think we heard it yesterday. Our planning framework, the Kuala Lumpur Structure Plan 2040 and Kuala Lumpur Local Plan 2040 prioritizes access to clinics, green spaces, places for well-being, and inclusive transport system needed to get there. This is why I always inform my colleagues and our partners that we are investing in the infrastructure today for a better quality of life for all of us today and tomorrow. So in Kuala Lumpur, to be a future-fit city means adopting the principle of being people-centered. Let us go beyond a functional city. We need to make KL a lovable city, a city that loves you and cares for its citizen. What we call in Malay, masyarakat penyayang, or a caring society. Let me take you on a journey, a vision of what an age-friendly city can be and what it must become. Let us begin with mobility and transport. If we cannot move, we cannot live fully. Under the Kuala Lumpur Structure Plan 2040, we are expanding our local bus network to reach deeper into neighborhoods. To complete the last mile connectivity, we are building new bus stops, improving signage, and ensuring our infrastructure is universally accessible. We are also offering fair discounts to senior citizens, students, and persons with disabilities. Beyond affordability, we are investing in walkability by creating shaded, continuous pedestrian paths with ramps, handrails, accessible pedestrian signal. We are reimagining streets not as roads for cars, but as pathways for people. We are already started our Green Connector project. I hope, my dream is that you can walk seamlessly from the KLCC to the Bukit Bintang uninterrupted. That is what we want to do. We already started, and we already have the plan, and we will implement it in phases. That is one. Another one, we also would like to see how can we move freely. If you are really saying that the road in front of my office, in front of the Bangunan Sultan Abdul Samad, every Saturday afternoon, we will close until Sunday for the people to enjoy the space and the Dataran Merdeka and all that. And we in the Warisan Kuala Lumpur plan that to give half of the road space to the people in our future plan. And we already put on the survey now. Please look into the survey and please support me so that I can give half of the road to the people instead of to the cars. So one example of this commitment is the Go KL bus-free service. It was introduced not only to improve mobility, but to promote equal access to vulnerable groups. Each bus is designed with user-friendly features, low floors, ramp, priority seating, secure spaces for wheelchair, and a clear visual and audio announcement. These small but significant details make public transport safer and more comfortable for everyone, especially our older citizens and people with disabilities. And we are already working together with Pasrana and working together with the MRT to make the transport system more friendly, not only to the age, because actually I'm already in that group. I'm already 65 years old. So I'm already in the group that you are talking about all this. So I think that we are now working together with all our colleagues and our partners to make the transportation nodes more safer and more inclusive. This initiative reflects a deeper principle that goods infrastructure is not just about functionality, it should show empathy. When we design for inclusion, we design with dignity. So what is a livable city is a place where we can all grow older gracefully. By 2040, 17.3% of Kuala Lumpur residents will age 60 and above. We are planning for this today. Retirement home, assisted living facilities, and dual key housing design are encouraged to support both independence and intergenerational care. We are also issued planning guidelines to ensure that all new homes include features like wider doorways, lower switches, ramp, emergency alert system, and a home that should not be a hazard but should be a heaven. Next, let us focus on community. Every new development must include health center, parks, and gathering spaces within walking distance. These amenities are not extras, they are essential. If you want to get your plan approved, these are the things that you need to comply during the planning permission. We are strengthening lifelong learning opportunities with NGOs and civil society offering skill training, workshop, and adult education centers. We want our seniors to not only live longer, but also to continue growing, contributing, and connecting. We are also transforming how we think about public spaces. All new buildings and infrastructure must follow universal design principle with barrier-free access, tactile paving, accessible toilet, smart safety features like emergency call buttons. That's my photo when I went to Brickfield last week when we were together with the Malaysian Blind Association and also with the Warga Emas. So, ladies and gentlemen, equally important, emotionally well-being. We are expanding community hubs in public housing to host wellness program, digital training, and peer network because loneliness can be as deadly as disease. Feeling lonely, I think this is also thing that we will have to look into that. And at the same time, digital training, because now, even I myself, sometimes I'm struggle. Oh, everything is QR, pay by the QR, and then, and then all online. You have to make appointment to the hospital, is online, to the clinic is online. Sometimes I have to ask my daughter, hey, kakak, please help Ibu. I don't know how to do it. So I think this digital gap, I think this have to be looked into it. So DBKL, we have senior citizen clubs. You just have it, Club Warga Emas. I think because I'm already Warga Emas, that's why I set up the Club Warga Emas. Serve as a vital hub of connection. So with dedicated facilities and annual grant from us, this club run regular program from Tai Chi to Quran classes to cultural celebration. They are spaces of joy, not just care. So please, those who want to volunteer to be in our DBKL Senior Club citizen, please feel free to join us. And to further promote wellness among our workforce, I'm pleased to share with you that this morning, we launched a new initiative starting this morning, 7:30, our weekly Wednesday morning exercise program, or Senam Pagi at DBKL. You can see that's mine there. Because I realized that even in DBKL, there are already people 50 and above, but I think they have a lot of health challenges. So this program initiated under my suggestions last week is designed to encourage healthy habits and set a positive example. It is more than just a fitness routine. It is a commitment to active living across all groups, a reflection of how healthy aging begins with a healthy community, including our city. So I told my colleague, we have to be healthy in order for us to serve, to give the service to the KL stakeholders. So I think that after that, I asked them, how do you feel? Oh yeah, Datuk Sri, it feels nice. I feel like, actually it's only 30 minutes, but if 30 minutes you do it correctly, I think this is also very important. So because a city that works for the elderly works for everyone. That's I think what I believe. This is at the heart of our belief. So to get there, we must start with our mindset shift. We must ask ourselves, are our city truly built for longevity? I'm asking myself and asking my colleague and asking you, do our system, our design, our policies reflect the reality of living longer life? I think this is important because infrastructure is not just about steel and concrete. It is about access, equity, and dignity. Aging, hopefully, is not a burden. It is a second chance. Designing for older people is not for charity. That's what I believe. It is a foresight. It's not just right. I think this is very wise to do that. So I think as the Prime Minister reminded us yesterday, while Malaysians live on average of 76, our healthy life expectancy stands only at 67. So that means that nearly a decade that live in the poor health, and the gap must be closed. This is why our city planning focuses on prevention, on building wellness into the everyday fabric of life, and also delivering services before illness strike. And we would like to activate all our parks and our pocket parks with activity. I'm already given my instruction to the 11 directors at the parliament's level to create program, to create space for the older people and also for everybody. This is very important for us because I think what is important is that the federal government also has spent budgeted 45.3 billion healthcare allocation in budget 2025. And yesterday our Prime Minister said it's still not enough. So I think we need to, by embedding wellness and care into the local design, by ensuring that health center, walkable street, and active aging program are not afterthought but very essential. Let's look at the policy level. Our work, DBKL work with the Department of Social Welfare under the State Elderly Development Committee. I'm the chair of the State Elderly Development Committee. Is advancing holistic care. Guided by the national policy for the older person, we aim to create a city that nurtures active, healthy, and dignified aging. There's one project, I hope you can join me, pilot project on integrated, we've already done it, it's very successful, integrated community-based elderly care. In bahasa, Projek Rintis Penjagaan Warga Emas berasaskan komuniti bersepadu. The community, the able, the younger community will help those people who need help in their community. This is one effort that embodies this approach, developed to strengthen local support system within the community. It brings together various agencies, departments, and most meaningful is the community. And volunteers conduct outreach and help profiling to ensure real needs are met with real care. There is one case that the daughter needs to go to work, but they have to leave the mother at home alone. So the neighbor who have the time will take care of the mother, maybe it's according, maybe in the morning or 2 hours and 3 hours. So I think this is release the burden of the daughter because the daughter need to look for income and to put the food on the table. I think this is also very good example that ensuring that care provided is responsive, effective, and to evolve as needed. This is a living example of what I always mention, that the principle of 4P, public, private, people partnership, working together to deliver meaningful outcome. So each stakeholder has a role, and together they form a caring ecosystem within the community, grounded in collaboration and shared responsibility. And you can see that there is a feel like satisfaction from both sides, those who are the elderly and also the person who, the caregiver. So I think this is one area that we would like to promote, and maybe that if any a private sector or the public sector who would like to join us, I think please welcome, and then we can have more of this ecosystem in our community. Because DBKL is not the agency that's giving the employments and all that, but we are giving the enabler. Now we are the authority with giving the environment to enable people to work to work more or to be more healthy and to be caring, to get a caring society. So this one is, you can see that is this program, this initiative is a reflection of our shared values, and it honors the life and contribution of our elderly by ensuring that they can age in place with independence, respect, and connection to the community. This is colorblind. This is also religion blind. There is also case that the Chinese taking care of the Indian, the Malay taking care of the Chinese. I think this is the area that we would like to promote more. Looks like the silver economy also bring opportunity. Older people are not a burden, they are a resource. If we create the environment for them, they spend more, save more, and contribute meaningfully. This is why we support senior entrepreneurship, flexible employment, and financial literacy to harness this growing economic force, where we concentrate on the B40 areas, on the urban farmings and all that. So globally, we are seeing the same trend actually. By 2050, 1 in 6 people in the world will be over 60. You have seen countries like Japan, more than quarter of the population already is. So the nation offers lesson, but our response must be rooted in Malaysian values. So seniors are not dependents to be managed. They are citizens with agency and dignity. Their voices must be heard, not as an afterthought, but as a guiding force in our budgets, our design, and our policies. And now we are preparing for the 2026 budget. We went to the ground. Last week we have a town hall at the Wangsa Maju, and then we will go for the 11th parliament, including everyone. This is called Gender Responsive Participatory Budgeting, GRPB, which I think in many countries they already have implemented this. And in the BKL, I think this will be the first time that we will be preparing our budget by using the process of gender responsive participatory budgeting. Because gender is not only male or female, but it's also with all this category, older people, children, youth, and also the people with disability. So I think this is very important. In the BKL, we are taking deliberate steps to institutionalize their participation. We believe in bottom-up, but of course, in the city, we need a leader to have the vision, top-bottom, and the convergence of ideas in the middle. That's what we are looking at using this process. So from planning committees to participatory budgeting, because inclusive governance begins with those most affected by its outcomes. Ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned just now, digital inclusion is also critical. As we become smarter, we're talking about smart city. Do we have the smart people to run the smart city? I think this is also important to have a smart people. We must also be kinder. We provide training, affordable access, and maintain offline alternative at DBKL to ensure no one is left behind. So as we face floods, heat wave, public health crisis, we are ensuring the emergency plans include transportation, medical support, and shelter for the elderly. So resilience must begin with protecting the most vulnerable. We have 24/7 team, if anything, on emergency. So intergenerational harmony, I think, is also vital. We are building reading rooms, community gardens, and shared public spaces where young and old can connect. They are the foundation of empathy. And again, urban health depends on our environment. Air, noise, green space, proximity to care. We are embedding health into the land use, mobility, and public space management. Colleagues, let us not forget that works for the elderly is also works for all. Parents with stroller, workers with injuries, tourists with luggage, all benefit from the accessible design. Let us build a city, please support me, please help me, build a city where aging is not feared but welcome, where every life stage is valued, where growing old means growing stronger. The question before us is simple. How are we preparing for life at 100? You see, all the investment that we make today serve not only our parent and our grandparent, is also for us today in the future. If we are fortunate enough to live to 100, I hope I can, the investment we make today will ensure we build a better urban future for all. Let us make Kuala Lumpur is not just livable, but truly lovable and a city for all. And again, let us aspire to inspire before we expire. Thank you.
Thank you, Yang Berbahagia Datuk Sri, for that very spirited contribution to the program. We're cheering you on as Datuk Bandar and to reach your goal to reach 100 years old. We have a few questions, if that is all right, Yang Berbahagia Datuk. Slido has been especially spirited in asking you some questions. The top voted question is, will you create more sidewalks and open public spaces? How do you plan to get Malaysians to accept leaving their cars at home and using their feet? Will you reduce car parks to increase sidewalks for this purpose? And I think the most important question here is, how can KL be made more walkable?
Thank you so much. I think that question is very, very close to my heart. One of the things that when I'm not from KL actually, I'm from a village called Kuala Pilah. This is my first time living in KL, normally as a tourist, but I don't spend 39 years in Penang, actually. I'm only spent 9 months now in Kuala Lumpur, truly. So what I would like to see is that one of our areas, I had the retreat in September. I joined in the DBKL in August 2024, and in September I had the retreat with my colleagues. And I realized that is also from my experience 6 years in the UN. I said that is the city, I believe a city for the people, and people are for the city. One area is that how can we make a city more livable and walkable? That's the reason why we have 5 focus. We set up 5 focus somewhere in October last year. 5 focus and 15 outcomes for 2024, 2025, and also maybe an early first quarter of 2026. One of the focus is the green connector. It's not meaning that it's a green connector, it's not talking about trees, but how can we make the city seamless and walkable. That's why now you see that I make it a 3-step. One is to have an inventory of all the sidewalk, and also the walkway in Kuala Lumpur. Second is also to see what are the hurdles that we have. Then we divide, because Kuala Lumpur we have 11 parliament, and I have already directed each parliament, we have senior officers to handle. And if you look in Kuala Lumpur, we also look into the mapping of this sidewalk, and what are the hindrance that we to make seamless connectivity. And you see that lately, I also put carrot and stick. We took a lot of enforcement for those who are putting, this halangan on the pathways. That is one, and also education. And when we had the plan, we have the Kuala Lumpur, the whole Kuala Lumpur plan. You can green connector. You can also check our website. There was a plan for green connector, and we are now putting up and working together with all the other agencies, not only the PKL, but also with the Prasarana, with MRT, and we also with the Rapid Kuala Lumpur. And an area which we can immediately do it, then we will do it when we also put certain budget for this effort. Second is also looking into the developers who are now developing Kuala Lumpur. And I put in immediate condition that if they are very near to the train station or near to the park, they have to connect the 2 areas with the walkaway and covered because you know, to walk in Kuala Lumpur sometimes is also very challenging because it's very warm and humid. And that is for the development. We already put in the condition in order for the development to be approved. So there are a few areas and effort that we are putting in. So I also would like to get the support from the private sectors or also from the NGOs to help us to make this happen. And our green connector, we plan to have nearly 200 kilometers of green connect under our green connector, because I realize Singapore, they already have 360 kilometers uninterrupted, you know, pavement and green connector. Thank you. I hope I answer your question.
Thank you very much. I think that was a very holistic question. It actually answered quite a few other questions on Slido. So we've got just two more for you. The first one is, we need to have more children to support the aging population. So how do we make KL more welcoming for families and for children?
More children?
So how do we make KL more welcoming for families and for children?
Oh, yeah, okay. Yes, actually, my constant critic is my own daughter. I have a grandson at the age of 2 years. And whenever my daughter go out of the house, want to go to the city, I said, Mommy, Ibu, you are already a Datuk Bandar, a mayor. Why can't you do the city more children-friendly that people can? So I said, I cannot do the whole city, but I'm trying to do it by portion. For example, that to make the parks, especially the parks, because sometimes even in the parks, which is safe, but sometimes it's not so comfortable for the stroller, for the children to play, and then for the parent to bring their children. So we take it step by step. As I said, the green connector and also the pocket park, and how can we improve further, and how to make the city safe. I think this is also one area that we are looking into in DBKL. And at the same time, we are also putting in certain budget for the, we work together with UNICEF. Recently, with UNICEF to look into the safe city, and also to work together with World Health Organization on the healthy city. So actually that is not only if the city is safe for children, actually is safe for all. So I would like also to, and also from the planning guideline, we are looking into the urban design. Our first project is the Warisan Kuala Lumpur. We put it into a detailed urban design which is safe for everyone. So we are doing it portion by portion. So I hope that the overall Kuala Lumpur generally will be safe for children, but a certain area we will make it as our project. It will be more safer for the parent to bring their own children out, especially in the parks and the gardens. Thank you.
Thank you, Yang Berbahagia. Dato' Sri, we just have one more question, which is, Yang Berbahagia, we need more enforcement of littering and maintenance of public parks, such as Taman Titi Wangsa. There's quite a littering in these parks due to the crowds. They need to plant more trees and preserve forest reserves such as Bukit Kiara and Segambut. What can you say is DBKL's commitment to this?
I remember I made my earlier statement last year when I was invited to officiate the World Sustainable City Conference. I said that those parks and gardens which is already gazetted as an open space will never be de-gazetted for other purpose. That you can assure that. I already put in a few, it's already cases where there is an application to ask for the gazettement. I put my foot down, and Alhamdulillah, the committee followed the comments and the suggestions from the DBKL. I think that's one. All the gazetted park and gazetted garden won't be de-gazetted. We already put it very clear. That's one. But you don't be, sometimes please don't be confused, because sometimes there are private land which I think the public use as, hiking trail, but actually it's a private. That one I receive a lot of in the social media. I say, oh, you say that it's a green area, shouldn't be converted into a development. But when we check, it's a private property which is not built yet, but the public use it, so used to have it as hiking trails and all that. Even private, it is zoned for development, even though it's full of trees, I cannot help it. Otherwise, the BKL have to buy under the purchase notice. So I think that's, but I think we are now, apart from the having more parks, but we also putting certain budget to maintain the existing parks. And you will see, if you want to, please join me, because I would like to activate Taman Botani. You know, there is one, what they call it, the amphitheater in Taman Botani. I think now, you know, the botanical garden now very quiet. So I want to bring back the vibrancy, the activity into Taman Botani, to use back the amphitheater. So anyone who want to join me, please help me to activate and to get more program at the Taman Botani, as what because the facilities are already there. But I think I received a few suggestions, but I would like to get maybe some ideas from you. How can we activate, how can we make more activities for the family, for all at the Botanical Garden? Because when you go to the Hyde Park, when you go to the Central Park in London, a Central Park in New York, the Hyde Park in London, it's full of activities. People have more at all levels. So I would like to turn Botanical Garden into, but with our own values, not to just, but we have to adopt and adapt to the Malaysian context. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Yang Berbahagia Datuk Sri, for that spirited contribution to the program. And we're cheering you on. There's a lot to do, and everyone is very supportive of your efforts. So now we would like to take the official photograph. So if you could kindly make your way to the middle of the stage.